64-bit legends. Welcome.
Legend of the game like GoldenEye, I'm more than right.
Yeah.
In the perfect dark is dreams that seem to come to light. 64-bit, the shit, it's as real as it
Yeah.
gets. We can
Yeah.
talk sports, games, and music, take your pick. Point with the news, pull up and crack a brew. Smoke one with the crew,
Smoke.
tune in and take a view.
Watch.
We here to raise the bar from the lowest mark. Sit your ass down and listen, it's time for the show to start.
Yeah. Wait. All right, now it's working.
Oh, okay. So is that how we're starting it? That's great. This is the next episode of 64-Bit Legends. Fucking episode 81.
Yes.
I am Bobby, the best in the business caboose. As always, looking for Melv in Troy.
Yes.
Look at that hot tag.
Tagging in.
That was a great intro.
What if I said...
That, like, all of that was a great intro.
Well, I thought it was... I went to go start the recording, and then it gave me a little pop-up being like, do you want to save this file? And I was like, I guess we could save it. I thought we were recording it.
Yeah.
But all right, we could do that.
We just need to save it real quick.
Yeah, just save it. Just make sure it's not like erased before we record it.
Yeah.
So that would make sense.
So, you know, we're saving this episode as well as saving the planet.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Yeah. We were talking about the smoke, the smog, or whatever the fuck outside. Yeah.
Dude, from Canada. Canada's like shooting war on the world right now.
It's crazy. I don't know the details, so I'm going to be honest. If you came here for...
Facts.
up to the minute facts on the wildfires in Canada, you're going to be disappointed, and you're probably going to be very upset because you're like, none of what you're saying is accurate or correct. But this is you're just getting our perspective.
Yeah.
And-
See, I imagine people like Terrence and Phillip are just like shitting fire out their ass towards America to fuck us over.
I can
with their
see that.
splitted heads.
Yeah, I could. Well, the thing is like I guess these fires have been going on for like a while.
Yeah.
Like possibly this might be inaccurate, but I believe in the world I live in, it may have been going on for a year. I don't know.
I don't know about a year, but at least a month.
It's definitely been longer than a month. I think.
Dude, they've had like MLB games canceled or postponed because of the shit.
Well, the thing is like okay, so we're in Michigan, so we're by what's the biggest
Canadian border?
Well, yeah, but what's the big like
Detroit
state that they're in Canada? What's the big area?
Windsor.
Windsor. Where's Toronto? Is Toronto?
Toronto's north.
But it's
like 3 hours north of us.
okay. So, but it's like within because my point is there's fires here.
Yes.
I know there's fires in Quebec. I remember that.
Yes.
But there's fires on like the west coast of Canada too.
Vancouver?
Yeah. There's
Okay.
like somewhere over there. I think. I might be wrong, but I think that there's fires all over. I could pull up a news article, but I'm not going to do it.
I thought they were just full of snow and tundra. Like, how are they having these fires?
Well, I don't know, but apparently there's just a ton of these fires, and the smoke is so crazy that we're surrounded by massive lakes.
Yes.
So
the
'cause-
Great Lakes. Some
Yeah.
call them great.
They are kind of great. They're okay. Some of them are okay.
Homes.
Erie's like, all right, that's all right. Great is a
Homes
little
with
much.
2 M's. Homes.
Homes. What do you mean?
Huh?
What?
Huh?
Homes.
Homes.
They're burnt?
No, the
What do you
lakes. Homes.
We don't have a Lake Holmes.
Homes.
It's
Huron,
Superior?
Ontario, Michigan,
Oh.
Erie, and Superior.
That's right. Okay.
And there's a silent M in there.
What's the silent M?
I don't know. I'm just making that part up.
Well, didn't you already say the M in Homes?
Yeah.
You didn't
But
say
I said
hose.
you
You didn't.
I know, but I said a second M.
What's the second one?
Like Pam. Like comb.
Where's the second M?
Like Pam. Your name
It's- wait a
Pan?
minute.
Pam.
Huron,
Pan.
Ontario.
Pam?
Isn't it-
Pan. Pam.
It's Huron.
We're going to interview as a team.
Wait, what are the lakes? Huron, Ontario,
Michigan,
Michigan,
Erie, and Superior.
Okay. And
Erie and Superior.
why? There's not 2 M's.
Yeah, it's like comb.
That's with a B.
Yeah, but it's silent.
Okay.
It's like this Pam situation.
yeah. Okay.
Do you get it now?
No, I get it. I
Okay.
get it.
We're going to interview as a team. We're here to fuck shit up.
Yeah, we're really fucking some shit up. That's for sure.
So there is a silent M in there somewhere.
And what? Oh, I gotta look at that later. Okay, so There's a file. I got to download some files.
Files of dick pics.
Yeah, just tons of dick pics.
He's got a folder of encrypted dick pics.
Yes, they're all mine. They're not of my dick, but I claim ownership of the dicks.
Collected.
It's a collection. Yeah.
All your catfish dick pics.
Oh yeah. Did we never told that story?
No, that's a story to tell. We have a special guest to come on here.
Yeah. So anyway, there's fires in Canada happening, and
not like the fires in your crotch.
No.
These are actual fires.
Yeah, these are for reals. And the smoke was so crazy. I woke up today. I was just telling you this before we were recording.
Yeah.
I got up today in the morning, and I thought it was fog because it was humid out.
Yeah.
So I thought it was like fog outside. And I go outside, and I'm like, what's that smell?
And it rained a lot yesterday, too.
Yeah.
So, you would think it would be fog.
But I was like, what is that smell? It's like, well, it was garbage day in my neighborhood. So I was like, maybe the garbage is bad? Like, there's just a lot of rotting garbage, like, from all the people's trash bins on the street.
From the heat and all that.
Yeah. So I was like, whatever. So I drive 10 miles away. I get out of my car. It's still foggy and it still stinks. So then, this is what I originally thought.
Your car?
So, no. So what I originally thought was I got scared because back when I had COVID years ago, when I was getting my sense of, because I lost my sense of taste for a while.
Yeah.
So when I got that back, everything smelled like rotting meat or something, and it was like rotting, just gross. Everything just, and I was like, "What did I get? Am I getting like? Do I have COVID or something?
COVID isn't a thing anymore.
People are saying they're still getting it. I don't know. I haven't gotten it in forever,
dude. Malaria is a thing again. The first case of malaria in 20 years has been detected in the U.S.
Really?
Yep.
From mosquito. Well, they say that mosquitoes will give you COVID now too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because of the blood.
God damn it!
It gets in you. It gets in your blood, and so there's some people that I've come across that have gotten like, they're like, oh man, I had COVID. It was like the worst. I was like, really still? And I was like, maybe you got that skeeter malaria, that skeeter COVID. Because I haven't really been outside a whole lot.
Skeeter?
Yeah.
Oh, from a mosquito.
Yeah.
Not like from Skeeter Valentine.
No, not him. So I was like, I haven't really been outside a whole lot to be bitten by a bunch of mosquitoes. So I haven't had to worry about malaria or COVID. So we'll see. I mean, I'm going to be going to the Gathering of the Juggalos next week, so we'll see what I come back with. Last 2 years I've been coming back disease-free, but we'll see if that continues.
I mean, there's only so many times you can go there and not get a disease. Right?
Well, it used to be every time,
but
up until 2021.
If you come back with what you think is herpes, if it's everywhere, it's not herpes.
What do you mean?
If it's all over your body, it's not herpes.
No, wouldn't that just be chicken pox or like shingles or something?
Maybe shingles.
I think that's just shingles.
I heard shingles hurts.
Yeah, that's what I've
so
heard.
there's a case of malaria in Florida, and then one in Texas, I think.
So we got malaria in Florida and Texas. We have these wildfires up in Canada. So this was my point, though. So I'm a homeowner, and my first worry is like, well, what if the fires get here? But then I realized, I was like, wait a minute.
Insurance.
Well, there's that. I have something else to tell you about that. Hold that thought. But I was like, you know what? Fire can't cross water. It's like a hoverboard. Unless you have power, you can't get across the water.
Huh.
So good luck with that, Canadian flames. You're not burning down my house.
Okay.
Good luck with that.
So what if it goes through the tunnel or over the bridge?
Now, yes, if the flame is able to walk across the bridge, the Ambassador Bridge.
It's like in Super Mario 3 that we beat on Twitch. Those little flames that get up on little 2 feet and fucking start walking around.
Yeah, I mean, that's a possibility.
Yeah,
that could happen, but it's got a long way.
There's a lot of flammable shit in Detroit.
Because then it would have to get on like one of the major freeways, and there's always that construction on like 75, and it's going to get held up.
The barrels might melt.
That's true. The barrels could melt, and then it'll free
You
up.
got Stretch and Gretchen out there fucking yelling about the damn roads. Dude, I can't go anywhere without fucking seeing construction right now, dude.
Oh, it's the worst.
Like
I
have a specific route for everywhere I go on a normal basis. Like to work, I have a specific route I have to go to. And it's, wouldn't be the typical route that I would go. When I go out to Oak Park to record with T, I got to come back and do this little neighborhood gig on this main road right here.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, so when I met up with you last Thursday at the bar, I had to actually drive through. This took me back because I had to cut through our old neighborhoods to avoid all the construction. And then I remembered back when I lived at when my parents lived in that area, and I lived there. That's how I used to get around everywhere.
Yeah,
was just through the suburbs, the neighborhoods, because they do all connect in some way for the most part.
Well, yeah. If you come this Thursday, take the mile road up to the other main road, and the other main road up.
Okay,
that's how I get everywhere. I take the mile road. I
was just gonna go. I literally drove by my old house.
Yeah,
and then I went through there, and then I got to a mile road.
I almost pass your old house every single day because I come back through the neighborhood coming back.
Actually, I ended up taking a wrong turn because I wasn't thinking, and I went over to Andy Norton's house. His old house. He doesn't live there anymore.
Right.
But
I wouldn't think he would live there anymore.
Yeah. Who?
I wouldn't think he lived there anymore.
Yeah. What if he did? Yeah. What if he was just like hanging out?
He's like, hey, man.
I just drove over to him. Because he was on like a cul-de-sac. Yeah. So I took the wrong turn. And I was like, oh, shit, I haven't been down here in like fucking 30 years. Not that long. It's probably 20. But you get it. And yeah, what if he was like just chilling on the porch, like listening to fucking
Limp Bizkit or something?
Well, it was
Green Day?
No, it was Tupac.
Oh.
During the Death Row era.
Oh, okay.
I remember
they were just named like the best rap group ever.
What, Death Row?
Yeah, it was like Dr. Dre, Snoop, and Tupac.
Yeah, I mean that was a big era. I mean there was a lot of good shit going on. I mean that's really just, but honestly it's just Dr. Dre
and Tupac.
Yeah, but Dr. Dre produced everything.
Right.
He was just like that was like even like Doggy Style. I mean that just it has the same vibe as like the Chronic. Yeah.
I mean Doggy Style was Snoop's like only good album.
Yeah. Did we talk about Snoop last week?
I don't think so.
I was talking about Snoop with somebody then, where I was like, back during that era to have a Snoop feature meant something. And I was watching something that had, or maybe we were listening to, no, I was doing a Limp Bizkit tier list. That's what it was on Twitch. And we came across one of the worst Limp Bizkit albums. And, like Fred Durst will always have like one song where it's a rap song with a rapper. He did it with Method Man, did it with Exhibit, DMX, and Method Man again. And well, on this one, Results May Vary, which is a terrible album, he did it with Snoop Dogg. And I remember what I said is like, there's no hype when if you're saying, by the way, he just did a song with Snoop Dogg. I'm like, you could have said he did a song with a mime. I wouldn't give a shit. Like that doesn't mean anything. I'm not saying Snoop Dogg is like a terrible rapper, but he's just, it's so bland. There's nothing.
He had one good album, and it was his first one. And it was basically because it was the Chronic sequel. Yeah. And, his next one was The Dogfather, that blew. Then when he went over to Master P, like...
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Shit,
No Limit.
Like Last Meal and shit like that. Like, none of that was good.
No.
Like, he had a couple good songs with, like, Pharrell and shit like that. But even then, like, you're like, okay. I think he's more of a personality than a rapper.
Yeah. The only feature that I get excited for him to be on is a Dr. Dre song. Yeah. Like, and how that happens once a decade.
Right.
So we'll probably never get that
he's
again.
Almost like, and this is going to, like, I don't want to offend anyone, but he's like, he's almost like a Kardashian now, where he's almost just famous for being famous.
Yeah,
and
pretty
you're
much.
Kind of like, what like kids nowadays would probably see Snoop and they're like, what is this guy? Who what did he do? Like, oh, he used to rap. Yeah. Like, oh, okay.
Yeah, he's basically a celebrity by being a celebrity. Yeah. But we got way off. What were we? Oh,
we're talking about the end of the world.
The end of the world is here. Then there's the fires in Canada, which I believe. Now here's something, and this is what's so crazy about this. And we talked about this on a previous episode. I think it was like last year, where we talked about the possible movie sequels.
Yes.
And there was one that I explained where Michael Keaton came back. I got to tell you about that. I didn't tell you about the Michael Keaton Batman today.
About The Flash?
Yeah.
Yeah. I heard about it.
Oh, I already told you?
Well, I talked to you about it, and then I heard about it as well.
Oh, okay.
And we had a little discussion.
Okay.
About how Michael Keaton will be, and always, he is the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be of Batmans. He is the Bret Hart of Batmans.
I agree, but I got two things I got to tell you. So we got to put a pin in that one too. Let me finish this thought.
Dude, we have so many pins going up
There's
right now.
a lot of pins right now. I poke myself. So we got...
It's like a voodoo doll.
So if you remember, we talked about some sequels, and there was that Multiplicity sequel.
Yes.
And it was where they were like trying to cure COVID.
Yes.
And the military was coming after the Keaton clones for some reason, and they were like fighting and all this stuff. And I was like, what if that's the movie? That's what we're setting up for. Michael Keaton's gonna be doing a comeback, and they're gonna do
a just all on scene.
They're gonna. This is instead of COVID, it's gonna be fires.
Oh,
the clones need to stop the fires. I'm just thinking they can still do it. COVID's over, but there's still fires. The clones can. Anyway, so
I feel like Liam Neeson is gonna fight the fire, like fist fight the fire.
Oh, he would. Yeah,
he's gonna be like, I have a certain set of skills, and like he's gonna go over there and like, you know how we were talking about the fire, like walking up across the bridge.
Yeah.
Like it's gonna be walking across the bridge, and like Liam Neeson meets him like halfway, and they just box.
Yeah. Yeah,
and then he ends up throwing the flame into the water, and
and it drowns.
But then he throws it in the water, and you see Ocean Gate.
Oh yeah, the Titanic.
Yeah, so the Ocean Gate debris, it didn't really explode or implode. It somehow got sucked into the Great Lakes.
Yeah,
through the Erie Canal. I'm guessing
they're just like lost.
Yeah,
because there's no windows on this thing.
Right.
This is the dumbest. So that was the other thing. Like. So, $250,000 for a seat on that little tiny tin can.
4 people, including a pilot or whatever you call it. So 5 people total.
So it's $1 million ticket to run that operation. And
they use a $30 Logitech controller from 2010.
Yeah, I don't like the word
like this controller. I'm holding a PS5 controller. Like we could have R2'd and R1 and L1 them back to safety. I feel like this was just like you know what, like. With all these fires and like a Russian somewhat civil war, I think this was done on purpose. Yeah. With this Ocean Gate to distract us all from the real things.
There might be something there.
Dude. Fake fucking news.
Because people were talking about it for days. And then James Cameron came out because he's part of like the Titanic clique.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Oh no, I knew that they died instantly." I was like, why didn't you say anything until like a week later? Yeah, like, why did you sit on this for so long?
They had this big oxygen like countdown, like 96 hours. They're going to die in 96 hours. And then like, they're like, as soon as we lost connection with them, we knew they died.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait, what?
Why didn't you say that?
Like, I guess they think it imploded like immediately as soon as they lost connection.
Well, I seen them do that. I don't know if you remember in like science class where they do the thing where they heat up a can. Upside down, and then they dip it in cold water, and it crushes itself because of that. So that's basically what happened. So someone did the math on it. He's like, so people, honestly, it would be the better way to go.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Because they broke it down. They're like, it would take like less than a second. It was like 0.4 seconds for that to happen. Your body won't recognize something's happened to it until like 0.8 seconds or something like that. These numbers may be off.
They didn't feel a thing.
No, they didn't even know. Like it would have just been, they blinked and it was over.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, because I was sitting there, I remember I woke up one morning, I was reading this, and I was like, man, that would suck. You're just stuck in this tiny tin can, no windows, no nothing.
Can't open it.
You can't open it. You're stuck down there and you're just running out of air with 4 people for days. And I was like, once I heard that, I was like, Oh, for sure. I was like, that'd be the way I'd put it. I'd rather go that way.
Because I'd be like, if that were me and you, I'd be like, Melvin, you ever try to strangle someone? Just fucking kill me, dude.
Yeah.
You want to know how it feels to kill someone?
Yeah.
Like, just fucking go ahead. Because I'm not waiting 48 more hours for us to just die.
But that's what I was thinking. I was like, okay, if I was given the choice, if I became like a fucking like I got to like 80, and I was like, maybe I don't know, I'm dying, I'm like an old man, and I'm ready to go. And they're like, I was given the choice. Like an angel came down. It was like, listen, I'll give you the choice. You can lay in this bed and die slowly for like the next like 2 months and just not be able to move. Or I'm going to put you in this little submarine and you're going to go try to see the Titanic and be crushed instantly. What would you rather do? I'd be like, Angel, you put me in that submarine now. I'm not laying in this bed.
I'm going to see Jack Dawson now.
Yes, let me go see Jack, because this would be. I was like, dude, that'd be. Where's Kevorkian? He could have set that up.
But dude,
it saved him so much more money.
The whole thing about the Titanic, man, is obviously it's cursed or some shit. So leave it the fuck alone, man.
Yeah. Like, by the way,
they weren't even going to see it.
No.
They were going to see it on the screen.
Yes, I was like, why did you need to go down there then? If you're just gonna watch a video, they could have filmed it and sent you the DVD.
I didn't know like you couldn't open it from the inside, because I would have been like, dude, let's just fucking open this shit and fucking die. Like maybe a shark will come by and eat me or some shit. Like, fuck this. Like the whole time I was like, man, just knowing you're gonna die for that X amount of hours, but then it was all false. It was like, oh, they died right away and there was no drama.
And by the way, if it's a little submarine, why wouldn't you just like tie a rope to it or something, or a chain, and be like, all right, like put it on a leash, so it goes out far enough, and then if something happens, they can just reel you back in. Like that would be like that's what Disney World would do. Why wouldn't you do that? You're getting $1 million a trip on this thing.
Dude, I don't know if they have a 2.5 mile chain that they can put down there.
Dude, for $1 million a trip, you can get yourself a 2-mile chain.
I don't know, man. Home Depot. I went to Home Depot to get that John Cena chain made for when I was the Dr. Thugonomics.
Yeah.
And, there wasn't 2 miles in there.
Like
I got like 24 inches.
So... those people now. There was a bit of a controversy though, because people are making memes about it,
right?
And people are like, "Those are people who died," and then people are like, "Yeah, fuck that."
Oh,
These
the
are
Simpsons guy was supposed to go on there too.
Yeah,
and he was like, "I'm not signing this waiver that says fucking death 3 times."
Yeah, and it's like people are like, "Oh, well, this is terrible. These are people," and they're like, "Yeah, but these are a bunch of fucking rich people that just spent $250." $250,000.
Everyone's going on that bitch.
Yeah, $250,000 to get in a little tin can to not even see the Titanic. Meanwhile, like the economy's the worst it's ever been. Like people are like, I don't know, man. You kind of fucking reap what you sow. You play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. And I was like, all right, maybe there's something there. But so there's 2 things I wanted to say.
2 things.
So we had a couple pins I want to revisit here. So we brought up fires. There's somebody, I'm not going to say the name. I am going to show you the name. I don't want to put their shit out there.
Okay. Now, if I blab out their name, I apologize.
Well, it's a name that we've said here before, but it's not a good thing. And I would feel bad to kind of like... I'm going to show you.
I'm very curious now.
Hold on a sec.
What is going on here?
So speaking of fires, this person's house is on fire. Okay. Or was on fire.
It's someone we know?
Yes. They've been to our house before. Our old house.
Huh.
Hold on a sec.
What the fuck?
Yeah. I was reading, I was catching up on all this morning. I was sitting on the toilet waiting for the fucking shower to heat up.
Oh.
And
while you're getting that, so there was a girl that somehow ended up at our house and somehow ended up in your room. And we went to high school with her. I think it was when the ninja was there.
Oh, this is way back.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that girl is now a grandmother.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw that.
Okay, you didn't... Okay. I was like shocked.
I saw that. Well, because...
36?
Well, yeah, because she was pregnant in high school.
Right.
When we were in high school. And then her, I believe, daughter got pregnant also in high school. So it's like...
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I saw like her comment on something on Facebook. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
So,
All right. So this person. Oh, I'm going to show you this person. I'm going to selectively read. Yeah, so I'm gonna selectively read what's happened here, and this is
I had to put the last name is different, so
yeah, but you know,
I know.
So there's a lot of drama posts on here, so that's what originally got me in here because it was like it's shit like this. All right, I'm gonna read this. What's funny is I win. Life is good, and I cut dead weight with nothing to offer. I still have the world. Well, she has her ex in mom's basement that can't fit her poor kids. Sucks to suck, and I feel bad for a kid she abandoned once. I gave it a couple months, and she's gone again to Colorado. And I was like, well, that's a lot. That's a lot of dumping on Facebook. And it's like, what's a flex? Making someone happy for the first time in a long time and being able to continue on like nothing happened while they restart back before they abandon their kids and left to be a piece of shit. Ain't nothing better than watching their reset.
Is this all one
after
post?
you move them forward, and boy, that sucks for them. No, it's 2 posts.
Okay.
No, that one I just read is 1 post.
Jesus.
The previous one I read is another one. Okay. So then...
These are like books.
Well, so this person's very angry.
Yes.
With someone that they were probably dating.
And it's very specific. Like, go back to Colorado.
Yeah.
Leave your kids.
Sometimes you're a piece of shit that deserves a piece of shit, and the nice guy isn't going to fall for it after being a piece of shit before, and you end up fucking yourself. Laughing emoji. And I was like, whoa, what is this?
Oh, laughing emoji.
This is on my personal Facebook that I don't really use.
Right.
So I was just like on it. And all of a sudden I got flooded with this. And I was like, but then there's more. Okay. Maybe that's what, but this is a journey. Okay. So if you remember Candyman's journey before he died, remember where it was like he wrote that big thing?
Yeah.
I don't know if we ever talked about that on the podcast.
No.
He wrote this big, long thing about how...
Oh! I'm thinking you're thinking the movie Candyman. No, Candyman.
Candyman from school, yeah.
Dude, I'm sure you can see the fucking light bulb go on in my phone. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I was like, I don't think I've ever seen Candyman. I'm trying to think of the... Oh, no.
Yeah. I didn't want to put his real name out
The Koosh Ball.
Yeah. So... he was making these posts about like, you wait for so long and finally an opportunity comes up and you get a job and you love it and this is the best job I've ever had and this is, I'm so thankful that everyone supported me.
And then an hour later, well, there goes that job. And people are like, what the fuck, dude? Like, you just landed like what seemed like your dream job and you were there for an hour. Like, what the fuck happened?
Yeah. R.I.P. So it's kind of like shit. One of these, but it's a little bit more. It's a little different. So
okay,
but this involves. We'll get to a fire in a second.
Okay.
So then it's like, I continue to read because this is all within one day.
Okay.
Now I'm catching up again. I haven't logged in this account in forever, so I'm catching up.
Did we did an episode on the Candyman one, right? We had to have recorded that. That had to have been an early episode.
That sounds like something we've talked about before. So then he goes, maybe that's what it is. Being a man nowadays is dealing with dumbass bitches, justifying their poor choices. Well, as a man and a father, I have been here and stay here for my kids. No other reason. And frankly, this is all one sentence. And frankly, the choices and patterns of some people saying I'm the one that needs to grow up is hilarious. Frankly, all caps. Frankly, the fact someone lies and saves a picture to hurt someone is the best fucking hypocrisy there is. I was like, what is that? What kind of picture?
So it's a lie, but then they have picture as a proof?
Yeah, I'm like, what is happening? This is quite the trauma dump. A picture to hurt someone is the best fucking hypocrisy there is. It's all pathetic, but I need to grow up. Cool, I'll do that and wish the best for your kids when you fuck them over again like you have been and enjoy the fact I was right all along. And by the way, these kids are not his kids from what I'm gathering.
Yeah, it sounds like stepkids or something, or like not even if they weren't married.
And then so finally, out of all these posts, one person finally comments and goes, once again, it also low-key sounds like you be picking these bitches who ain't worth shit, LMAO. And then So here we go. Now, that was 2 days ago.
Okay.
So then I was, because I saw the original post that we started with. And I was like, what's the story here?
Right.
And then I went to their page and I started scrolling through here.
I wonder if his page is public so I can look at this.
It might be. You might be friends with him.
I'm not friends with him.
Oh.
I guarantee I'm not friends with him.
So then, yesterday, he goes, yeah, so that power outage in nearby city here, that was a tree falling on the power line behind my house that also happened to almost burn my house down. Thank God the water line busted and put the fire out on my bed where it started and ruined all the music gear downstairs in the process. Everything I own is a pile of melted plastic and ash. I have no clothes, nothing except my fucking animals and my car, thank God. I guess that's God's way of saying, get a new mattress, thanks to my ex. So he's still fucking pissed at the girl. He's still a little extreme, but all right.
Get rid of that fucking mattress that you fucked that bitch on.
I was like, God damn. I was like, I feel bad. Because, listen, I understand what it's like to deal with fucking toxic bitches. I get it.
Yeah.
I 100% get it. And I also understand how much it would suck
if your house caught on fire.
Yeah, if your house caught on fire. So that now all there's an outpour of like comments and stuff, and people are like, no, this is crazy. I'm glad you're okay. That's scary. So sorry that happened to you. So on and so on.
He's like, does anyone have a used Tempur-Pedic?
Yeah, there was some pictures of the fire here, so it looks like basically the upstairs got burned or something. Actually, you can't even see these. I'll show you these later. But so there's a couple pictures of the wreckage. They got deleted. Okay, so this is what I was going to show you, but they got deleted. He looks like he wised up. So then this morning, I'll give you a synopsis.
All right.
He goes on a tirade.
Oh God.
And it becomes, I should have screenshotted these because this was fucking
sometimes
crazy.
I'll screenshot shit like that because I'm like, dude, like I have to show somebody before this gets taken down.
So it was another 10 posts, just
Jesus
all
Christ.
Basically saying like, I don't know where I am right now. Kind of like just fuck this bitch and whatever. And I want my kids to give me a Viking funeral, which I don't know what the hell that means. And it was getting pretty crazy. And then someone was like, hey man, do you need some help? He's like, yeah, I need some help. Get my kids to light me on fire like a Viking. And I was like, what the fuck is this? I was like, what if that's... I was hoping that I was able to read all these because we'd be able to milk it for another 10 minutes. But the point is, I was like...
That's the start of the Canadian fires.
What if that's what it is? What if it's a series of people? So do you ever see that movie with Mark Wahlberg where like the plants are hijacking people's brains?
No, but I saw the South Park episode.
Okay, it was like that. So what if that's what it is? And they're just like, people are setting themselves on fire in Canada in mass. And so that's what's then that's how the fire gets here. It's like a COVID fire.
So I believe
you catch it.
I believe that it has hit like the anniversary of Logan Paul going into that suicide forest.
Oh, so, what if that's the forest revenge?
Right. What if now, instead of like going to do suicide in this forest, they're like, let's just light each other on fire and fucking fuck up Canada and the northern states. And some fucking, like, dude, you said you were going to start, or you have already started streaming on Kick, and they allow more. Dude, fucking set yourself on fire. We'll film it, and we'll go to Canada.
Bro, I'll get so much engagement.
So much. So much.
Dude, I'll make partner in no time.
And then I'll just take over.
So that was something. So
900 hours of Bobby.
When you brought up the fires, I was like, coincidentally, someone wants to be set on fire right now. So there was that. There's another pin.
There's another pin. I hope this pin is as exciting as... Dude, I have such a good name for this episode, but it's using that guy's real name but with truth in front of it. So...
Yeah, that'd be good. That would have been good. So here's the other pin. Now, this is to wrap up the other thought, because you were just saying Michael Keaton, the best Batman that ever was.
He's the Bret Hart of the Batman. He's the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be as Batman.
And I agree. And I will say, in that Flash. Now, again, I talked about this on Twitch already. I've talked to you about it already. I've talked to everybody about this. It was so that him being in the Flash was great. The Flash movie as a whole, I could give a shit about the Flash.
Yeah.
But Michael Keaton Batman, that's all I care about. Like when I get it, when I watch it again at home, I'm going to fast forward to the part where Michael Keaton shows up, and I'll stop it when
he's done.
When he's done. But here's something I realized.
Okay.
So, everybody's ready for some spoilers. I'm going to tell spoilers right now. So if you're listening to this right now and you don't want spoilers, I would suggest fast forward a little bit.
Take your earmuffs on.
Yep.
Put your earmuffs off. Take your fucking headphones. Take your headphones off. Put your earmuffs on.
Yes. Do that. All right. You've been given plenty of warning. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right.
So spoiler.
Now I've told you about this before. We're at the end of it's not right at the end of Flash, but Michael Keaton dies in
The Flash.
And it's a great, just to kind of give a synopsis, this is a great scene where the Flash, basically Michael Keaton Batman in that universe isn't able to compete because the worlds collided. He can't fight the Kryptonians, the evil Kryptonians that are looking for Superman, because in his world, people don't have superpowers. It's that thing that exists.
That's why Batman's the best, by the way. Because no one fucking has superpowers. He's just rich, and he has cool gadgets.
True, yeah. So that happens, and the Flash is able to go back in time, kind of, bend time or whatever. And he keeps he's like, I'm gonna keep going back. I'm gonna keep bringing you back. Meaning he's gonna go back and he's gonna try to save him again. He tried it a number of times and it didn't work. And he tells him basically, don't, because you already brought me back. But that's not to the Flash. That's to us, the audience, is saying that. And it's basically saying to us like, hey, I've been brought back. We had a great, fun time. See you later. I'm done. So Michael Keaton Batman, it was great to have. It was great. One last ride. I really enjoyed it. But basically they closed the book on it, and that's the end of it. So you may be asking yourself, well, who's the Batman now? And at the very end of the film, the Flash, tries his best to fix the timeline. Makes one little tweak to save his father. It's not worth describing, but he basically just saves his father, makes a tweak just to save his father, but he has to allow his mother to still die, because that's what he's trying to solve, so he can bring the timeline back and basically fix the world. And everything seems to be basically back to normal. Bruce Wayne shows up because it was his technology that helped, set the Flash's father free. And the Flash looks as the car door opens, and he literally says, "Who the fuck are you?" I gotta say, it was a ballsy move just to drop the F-bomb in a fucking superhero movie like that.
I think they're a loud one. Is it PG-13?
Yeah.
It's a loud one.
But he goes, "Who the fuck are you?" And it's fucking George Clooney. And he's Bruce Wayne. And from now on, and that is official, that is the official, like, extended DC universe, George Clooney is now Batman. Like that's basically where it's left off.
From now on?
Because Ben Affleck was Batman in that world. He got replaced with Michael Keaton because he fucked up the time with the worlds. And then he still fucked it up a little bit, and now Bruce Wayne is not Ben Affleck, it's George Clooney.
What about the Twilight guy?
That's a different thing.
Okay.
That's not part of this, because this one's still in the world of, like, Aquaman, Wonder Woman. So there's all of this other shit. And yeah, George Clooney is now Batman. So even though you say, and I agree, Michael Keaton is the best there ever was, they take literally the worst one and they say, we're going to leave you with it. We're going to kill off your favorite and we're going to leave you with the one everyone hated. Enjoy. Fucking enjoy that. So that's how I feel about it at the end of the day. I'll save you guys the other hour of me breaking down the movie, but that's really the point of it that I want to leave you with.
Because Clooney is in the one with, like, the Riddler, right?
No. That one's Val Kilmer. Because that one's okay. It's not great, but it's okay. But he's in the one with
Arnold. Mr. Freeze,
and Poison Ivy. I mean, that movie was so bad and so corny. There's a scene in which Mr. Freeze freezes the city near the end.
Yeah.
And Batman and Robin are able to push him, and Batgirl. They brought out Batgirl, and they're able to, unfreeze everything.
Yeah.
So people are getting unfrozen, and there's like a cop car, and Commissioner Gordon opens up the cop car, and it's so cheesy. The icicles on the door are like wiggling because they're made of rubber. And it's not even like, oh, it's an accident. Like, we have high def TVs now, you can see it. Like, no, I saw this shit on fucking cassette, clear as day. Like, it was bad.
My problem is, like, why do they have to have like Batgirl? Like, why couldn't they like Robin was like his sidekick, right?
Yeah.
But like, it wasn't, his name wasn't Batboy. Like, I'm not saying get rid of like Batgirl, but name her something different. Like,
true,
Wing Woman or some shit. Like, I don't know. Like, fucking give her some like a different name than just Batgirl.
That's true. That would make more sense.
Like, give her I was gonna say Robin because that's like kind of a feminine name.
Mm-hmm.
But like, she could have been Robin, and you'd have to. I mean, that was a long time ago when Robin came along, but like you could give her like I don't know, Sparrow or another bird name or an owl or some shit.
Right? Yeah. No. True. You could do that.
I just don't like. I feel like they just cheaped out by just saying Batgirl.
Right. Well, so here's, speaking of Batgirl, and Michael Keaton.
They're fucking.
No. So there is an entirely other Michael Keaton as Batman film that will never be released. So while they were making The Flash, they were like, hey, why don't we close out, like in the story of The Flash, in that little broken universe, it ends with him dying. But why don't we go back into the Michael Keaton Batman world minus The Flash and do a story? But we'll make it Batgirl, where it'll be a passing of the torch, is basically the gist I've picked up from reading about this. And now they were gonna,
Batgirl could be like the Pigeon.
Well, so the Pigeon. That really instills a lot of fear in the enemies. Oh no, it's the Pigeon.
Yeah.
Watch out for the Pigeon, it'll shit on you.
Yeah. I mean, you were in Home Alone 2, you were afraid of the Pigeon lady.
That Pigeon lady was scary.
As a kid, she was terrified. Especially the first time he sees her. She comes out of like the fucking like hole. And she's like, ah.
So it's supposed to be a passing of the torch, and it's Batgirl. Now, okay, I get it. They're gonna do like a kind of wokeify it, make it like more of like a feminist oriented thing. So now you can push a Batgirl for the girls.
If you can see her, you can be her.
And they did it with Star Wars because basically I didn't see the new Star Wars, but the gist that I got is basically the new Luke Skywalker is a girl.
Yeah,
that's basically it. And so
Luca,
basically, and so that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna take, an existing fan favorite character like Michael Keaton Batman, and he's going to pass a torch to a girl, Batgirl. But then people started to get worried because they were also going to make her black, which I don't necessarily have a problem with that. Like, I know that they did that with like Spider-Man.
Yeah.
But that's like that's not Peter Parker. Right. That's Miles Morales. Right. So like, if you were to make another character and just say,
Pigeon.
This is Pigeon. Yeah, if you were to do that, that'd be fine.
Like Raven would be an awesome name.
But even then, I was like, okay, that could still possibly work because they kind of did it in the newest Batman movie with Twilight guy.
Yeah, with Catwoman.
Yeah, Catwoman's a black. And it's like, okay.
Well, Halle Berry was Catwoman too, so.
That's true. I forgot about that. Yeah. So, I mean, it's not the end of the world. But basically people were like, oh no, are they going to wokeify this? Are they going to make this like a super like preachy, like, oh, watch out, old white man, I'm going to take over. Like, that's what people were worried about. I don't know if that was the case, but that was that was what people were complaining about online. And Warner Brothers had so little confidence in it. And they were kind of having money problems because there was that shit with HBO Max and they had to merge with like Discovery or something. And they needed this because they lost a bunch of money because of COVID. And then Wonder Woman, I guess people shat on Wonder Woman for the same reason. They thought it was too preachy and too like woke. And that's a woman character to begin with. And people just hated it. And so they lost all confidence because that's probably the type of movie they were going to do.
Right.
Preachy movie. And so they were like, hey, we can save hundreds of millions of dollars as a tax write-off and take a loss on it. But what that means is they gotta basically say like, oh, this movie is basically unwatchable, and they have to vault it and never release it and then they get the tax write-off. But if they ever release it, the IRS is going to come back for the tax money. So they can never release this movie. And it's fully filmed. It may have been fully edited, but the whole movie's there with Michael Keaton as a full movie. Shelved forever.
That just reminds me of a little movie called The Room.
But that got put out. That didn't get
shelved.
But
not many people saw it.
Well, nobody saw this one.
Same fucking thing.
This one, you can't legally see it.
I know. Neither
the
can
IRS
you with
will
The
not
Room
allow
without
you to,
Tommy Wiseau.
Yeah, but the IRS isn't going to stop you. The government doesn't stop you from watching The Room. It's just a bad movie.
Yeah, but
which this movie might be bad, but I'd still like to watch it. I didn't think The Flash was all that great, but Michael Keaton as Batman, that was just enough for him to be like. There was 2 scenes in which he was like of course when he goes, "I'm Batman," and then of course then there's a scene where
I'm Batman.
Did I show you this scene? Hold on.
You haven't seen me. You haven't shown me anything.
Hold on. I'm gonna show you. I think this computer's plugged in. I'm gonna show you this scene here real quick. Oh wait, no, it's not. It's not plugged in. Oh wait, you know what? Can I plug this in?
I don't know.
I think I can do it. Hold on. We're going to watch it. I'm going to pull it up on this computer. Watch this.
The audience is just waiting.
They're going to love this. They're going to love this as much as I love this. Because once you hear this, I'm going to give you a compare and contrast, okay? I'm going to give you a little compare and contrast.
Dude, you could have Batman, Pigeon, Raven, Robin, like Squirrel Boy or something. Like someone that has to be on the ground. That can't fly, or squirrels can fly. He can be like a flying squirrel, but like he can kind of just glide.
All right, so this is a little short. Let's see. Hopefully, this will. Don't give it away yet. I think this will go on to the recording.
Keaton's looking like Birdman right there.
Well, he was Birdman.
I know. He looks more like Birdman than Batman.
So here's a little. It's a short, so I don't know.
Okay.
So watch this.
I'm watching.
You want to get nuts?
Now you want to get nuts?
You want to get nuts?
Come on.
Let's get nuts.
Whoa.
You want to get nuts?
Now you want to get nuts?
This is great. He says that in the movie. When he says that, I was like, oh.
You got fucking goosebumps.
Oh, man. I almost screamed. I almost screamed.
Was it a full theater? That would have been awesome.
Not really. It was like me and some other girl. It was like, so I had everything I could do to contain myself. And then on top of that, when he dies, I almost teared up a little bit. I was like, man, that's
intense.
When he says, "You already brought me back," I was like, oh man, I can't. It was going to be like the end of Logan for me when they kill off Wolverine.
Yeah.
Hopefully they got recorded. What if it didn't? What if it didn't actually make it to the recording and everyone's just like, we're just screaming about it?
I hope it didn't.
I'll have to go check it. Let us know. Let us know in the comments.
Let us know.
Did it get nuts in here?
If you heard Keaton scream.
So anyway.
The first person that hears Keaton scream and DMs us will win a prize.
Yeah. But yeah, that was pretty big. I'm trying to think what else. There's been what other stuff. It's been a busy week. I had a busy week.
Busy week, man. It has been a busy week. I don't know.
You know what we got to do? I was gonna bring this up, but we can talk about this because this kind of like this was something. I want to go to the. I've never been. Maybe when I get back into town. I want to go to the ballpark named after the sandwich store. I've never been there.
It's cool.
I've never been there. It looks dope.
Dude, they got cheaper drinks, like cheaper than Comerica Park.
Oh,
right?
For sure.
It's right downtown, like in the little area.
Yep. And you can walk and there's some there's some decent bars. They're just not open late on the weekdays.
Right.
But
and like it's actually like entertaining. I mean, you're like the baseball is like the last thing that you want to see there, kind of.
Yeah. I can watch baseball.
Right, but that's not the reason you're going, right?
Yeah.
So that's probably the last reason you're going. The atmosphere is probably a little bit more, but they actually have decent quality baseball. Like
that's what I've heard. Yeah.
Like, excuse me, they've had like 4 or 5 guys like get MLB tryouts.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So But yeah, I've been into a couple games. It's been I haven't been since pre-COVID. But yeah, the times that I went with like Todd, his wife, and Dave. And then I went with work. Or no, that was for work. I won like a packet of tickets, and then I went with somebody else. I forget who.
Yeah, because the tickets aren't expensive. Yeah, and there's all kinds of deals and stuff. We should just.
No, I applied to be their DJ.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
And I never heard back. I saw on Indeed that there was like 60 people that fucking applied. So I'm like, well, the thing is too is they wanted like someone like they wanted to do a podcast and all this stuff. So like I even mentioned that in my cover letter. Like, look, I do a couple podcasts. Like I know like we're still building. I have experience doing this shit.
What they probably want. This is the case in a lot of these things that they want someone with like a massive, which good. What they probably what they probably ended up doing is they probably just hired a radio guy.
Yeah.
And then they're just gonna pay him cash.
Right.
And then that way they can get the station IDs out there and all that shit. That's usually what they end up doing. They never actually like. I've learned that too. Like I've applied to like radio jobs over the years, and it's like you look at the qualifications. And it's basically like, hey, do you have like a social media following large enough that it's your full-time job? We might hire you.
Right.
And it's like, well, wait a minute. If I can make money, like you're paying like $40,000 a year,
right?
Which I get it. It's not. I mean, to do that type of work, it's not bad, but it's like that's not.
Right.
Like, who are you to be the arbiter to be like, oh, do you have like 1 million followers on Instagram? Maybe I'll talk to you. Like, okay.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Fuck yourself.
Like, yeah, I was like, there was like, oh, we're looking for someone with charisma and all this stuff, and they can DJ. So, like, yeah, like, obviously my resume is a professional resume.
Yeah.
So, like, that's why I included, like, a cover letter, and I never do. And I'm like, look, I've DJ'd weddings for 6-7 years now. Mm-hmm. I have podcast. Like I'm told I have a lot of charisma. Like, let's go. And nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
No, that's probably what it is. They probably just want some fucking guy that's like 1 million.
Like fucking Mojo in the morning.
Probably. They probably want something like that. They probably sifted through it and they're like, well, why don't you just reach out to like whatever local station. So
let's get the DJ from the locker room.
Yeah. Oh my god.
On sticks.
I went there.
I know, you told me.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. It's outside isn't bad. Inside's a shit show.
Inside fucking sucks, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
and there was karaoke going on.
Yeah, I think I went there once, and then like everyone's banging on shit, and I'm like, dude, what the fuck is like? I want to just have a conversation. And this was when I was younger, dude. This was when I was like fucking like, all right, let's fucking get fucked up. We're getting hype as fuck, And all these people are fucking banging on their shit. I'm like, dude, now I just have a fucking headache, and I don't want to be here.
Yeah.
I took the drumsticks home.
But
I don't know if you're supposed to.
I think we should do that. I think in about a week and a half.
Yeah, I'm down.
Let's get like a group and we'll just go.
So I also like I'm not a big roller coaster guy though, right?
Mm-hmm.
I want to go to a fucking water park. I love fucking water slides, and I haven't been at a water. I want to go to like Cedar Point's water park. It used to be called Soak City. Now I think it's called something different. Mm-hmm. But I just want to go one day. We can go during the week. Mm-hmm. Get a little group together. Fucking go there. Maybe on a Friday or something, or Monday. Like,
yeah.
Maybe not necessarily stay the night, but like I don't really want to go on the weekends because it'd probably be packed.
Yeah, the weekends are fucking insane there. Like you go in like a Wednesday, and you the thing is too, you don't want to go on like a super crazy hot day either, because then the locals will go.
Right.
So you got to like that type of shit. You got to be kind of like picky on when you go. You got to be like, well, it's like 80 but cloudy out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta
where you can yeah, exactly. It's like, it's got maybe a little bit of a breeze. Maybe if you're not in the water, it's a little chilly, but whatever.
Yeah, that I would do that. But no, that's definitely something. I thought of that because I think that would be kind of cool to and maybe even do like a podcast like there. We'll get the mobile set up.
Yeah.
We can set it up in the. Anyway, that's just something I thought about when we were bringing this up. But
talking about Pigeon.
Yeah, fucking Pigeon. Fucking Pigeon.
Dude, she can fucking like spit out seeds or something. like a
bird.
Yeah. I mean, it is a bird.
That sounds like, what I'm picturing is I showed you House of Cosby.
Yeah.
So whether every 10th Cosby, listen, if you're listening to this, you're like, I don't know what the fuck House of Cosby is. Pause this right now. Go to Google, look up House of Cosby. You can watch all the episodes. There's only like 6 of them, and it's like 10 minutes total. But so it's a guy who clones a bunch of Cosbys, and every 10th Cosby has a superpower. And so they call it, once he gets enough of them, they call it the Cosby Triosby.
Yeah.
And one of the Cosbys can fly like a bird.
See?
And it spits seeds.
Yeah.
And he has like wings.
See?
And that's Pigeon.
Yeah.
Pigeon Cosby.
Yeah, Pigeon.
It's Cosby number 20.
And
Pigeon
like,
Cosby.
it's a cute little name, Pigeon. like
that's
Pidge?
What if they did that? What if that was like, instead of Batgirl, they just did like a Pigeon Cosby with Michael Keaton? Like it was Michael Keaton, and then he did like a CGI Cosby on it, and it was like Pigeon Cosby. Like, what if that was the whole story? What if that was like, instead of Batgirl, they brought back Michael Keaton to do Batman, and the whole story was him cloning Cosbys? And then he had like
to put out some fire in Canada.
Put out a fire in Canada, and he had to get the Cosby Triosby together. So you have to get some of the other Cosbys, like Cosby number 6, Bathtub Cosby. You got Cosby Curiosity Cosby.
Was there a Batman villain that started fires like Mr. Freeze? Wasn't there an opposite dude?
There might have been. I can't think of it, but there's got to be a fire.
Isn't there one just called Firestarter? Like, wasn't there a villain called Firestarter? I don't know. I think that's what's going on in Canada, though.
Maybe. And then so Batman's got to clone an army of Cosbys to stop it, and he's got to team up
Keatons.
No,
you were cloning Keatons earlier.
Oh yeah, that's right,
dude.
Okay. Multiplicity Batman merger.
So get this. Instead, because Cosby's a bad guy now.
Yeah.
How about Cosby? There's an army of Cosbys starting these fires, and there's an army of Keatons that has to go. And then they called it the Civil War of Russia.
Yeah.
But then once the Cosbys saw the Keatons coming, they just left.
Cosby versus Keaton, Batman Civil War. That's the movie. That's the title of the movie. That's the title of the movie. It's
featuring Pigeon.
Yeah, with new star Pigeon. That's the movie. That's how we're gonna solve it. He's gonna be able. The fucking data analysis Cosby is gonna get the submarine back from the Titanic. Fucking, there's gonna be Keaton clones, like all suited up in Batman suits with like guns though, because they don't really have powers. And then led by like regular Batman Keaton, and they're just gonna scream, they're gonna march, and they're gonna be like, "Do you want to get nuts? Let's get nuts. Do you want to get nuts? Let's get nuts."
It's like the Let's Go Cena. Cena sucks.
Yeah,
they gotta have him chanting back.
And there's like, picture the scene right now. Okay, it's
like
an open
fucking Braveheart.
It's an open field. Open field. There's marching Keatons chanting. Do you want to? And there's a Michael Keaton Batman on top of a hill with binoculars looking, and he looks over the hill and he sees the Cosby clones coming, led by the Pigeon Cosby and the toothpaste Cosby or whatever, and then because they're marching from the Cosby compound and they're about to clash, and he's like, "All right, I think we got this." It's like it'll be like a war scene from Game of Thrones, but with Keatons and Cosbys. And then all of a sudden, they start running into each other. But then there's like a giant Cosby that's like 10, 20 feet tall. And he's just like literally like a giant, takes like a tree and kills like 1,000 Keatons all at once. And then Batman's like, "Oh man, I don't think we can do this." He has a hot bag in his bat plane and fucking take off. That's the beginning of the movie. Then they Tarantino it to explain it. That's how they do it.
So I was thinking that, the Cosbys were going to be drugging all the Keatons. So they're all falling asleep, and then Pigeon comes, and Pigeon has to spit seeds into the Keaton's mouth to wake them back up. So Pigeon is the unsung hero.
Well, that's how. Well, so that's
kind of like how Cheddar Bob is the unsung hero of 8 Mile. But people don't know that, right? So because he fires Eminem up, and he's like, "Hey man, what are you gonna say? Like, they know everything about you. What are you gonna do?" So Pigeon, like, everyone's like, "Who's this fucking stupid girl who can just spit seeds?" But they don't know it's the antidote to Cosby's pills.
Yeah. So that's what happens. So the beginning of the film is that scene I just described. Then credits roll. Then it's a Keaton clone, like passed out snoring, and then they can't get woken up.
Yeah.
Because they got drugged. And then they have to figure it out. And then all of a sudden, they find some other Keaton clones and they wake up, but they don't know. And they're like, and then the regular Batman Keaton goes down and he finds a seed and he looks at it, and he puts it under a microscope and he's like,
and it has a little P on the seed for Pigeon.
Yeah. And then it's like, what is it? And then he's got to hunt down Pigeon.
Yeah.
And then they team up. And then what we saw in the beginning is like 3/4 of the film in.
Yep.
Where they're teaming up, but then Pigeon like leaves because she's afraid she can't fight, and he's got to like talk her up.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, it's Michael Keaton, Batman, and Pigeon only.
Yeah.
And they team up.
Pigeon leaves because she gets self-conscious because everyone's like, dude, you fucking spit seeds.
Yeah,
like, get
fuck
the fuck
you,
out of
Pigeon.
here.
Get out of here. Fucking everyone hates Pigeon.
Yeah, everyone hates her, and then she becomes the hero.
Someone, because like she's like walking in the street, and some dude's like walking by, and be like, Pigeon sucks. And then she's like, she cries, and then she like runs away, and then Batman Keaton's like, no, you can do this. You have it in you. You can save the world.
Like
and she's like,
it's like that South Park episode where the kid has no friends on Facebook.
Yeah.
Like Pigeon's just like at her computer and like she gets like a friend request and she gets all excited and then they're like, oh no, they delete it because they're like, I don't want to be friends with Pigeon.
Fuck you, Pigeon. And then they're like, she's like, no. And then, that's how they gotta fight the Cosbys, and they go, and it ends up all the Keaton multiplicity clones are killed off, and it's just Batman, Keaton, and Pigeon fighting like 1,000 Cosby clones, and they take it down because her seeds are like
the
antidote, and it kills the Cosbys.
Yep.
And that's how they solve it. And then he passes a
100%.
torch to Pigeon.
Yeah.
There you go.
He goes
There's
like,
the movie.
like, so at the end, like when he's passing the torch, it's like a literal torch.
Yeah.
And it's like,
light this Cosby on fire.
it's like him, Robin, Pigeon, Batgirl, and like Squirrel Boy. Mm-hmm. And they're all standing there and like, he's got the torch and you think he's going to give it to Robin and he's like, dude, you're not going to be able to handle it.
Yeah.
So then like everyone's like, oh, okay, it's going to be Batgirl.
Mm-hmm.
And so he goes to hand it to Batgirl and she puts her hand out and he just fucking smacks it away.
Yeah.
And gives it over to Pigeon and she just like cries.
Yeah,
it's a real tearjerker at the end.
Yeah. And then Robin's like, well, but who do I get to protect? And he's like, fucking
Never bugs.
Little ones. And then he flies away.
Every episode from now on is gonna end with the hook ending. We're gonna pass it, whatever to somebody who doesn't deserve it, and then some little kid's gonna be like, "Well, who do I protect?"
Never bugs.
Little one.
Well, I think we did it all. I don't think we could do anything else after that.
Oh man.
That's pretty much it.
What a great episode. We talked about so much today. Yeah, check us out on social media.
Yeah.
Subscribe.
Yeah, subscribe on social media so we can get jobs at fucking independent ballparks.
Yes.
So
100%. And then check out Legends Layover. I think we have 2 episodes dropping this week alone.
Oh, nice.
Because we forgot to drop one last week. Check you out on twitch.tv/Melvin Troy.
Yeah, we're currently looking for the #1 story in America. If you think you know what it is, you go to melvintroy.com. You follow the instructions, submit your links and a little description. And if it is voted by the chat as the #1 story that night, you win a little something. And you get into a bracket.
Yep.
And if you beat everybody out that week, you win a nice big prize. So that'll be great.
So we'll be back probably next week. And then after that, the week after, we may have Tales from the Gathering.
Yes. Yeah. I'll have some Tales from the Gathering for sure.
So
absolutely.
Until next time, this is Melvin Troy. I am Bobby Caboose. This is 64-Bit Legends. And what you gonna do, brother, when Michael Keaton goes 1-on-1 with Bill Cosby?